Alright guys, I'm back. I shut the fireplace off other than the pilot light, and I'm actually letting it cool down. And I noticed it sooted up really badly, so I gotta let it cool down and then go in and adjust the logs again. But I have 2 more of those size survival blankets, as well as a small single space blanket that I got quite a while ago. And this is what it looks like, guys. And I think it actually does work. I noticed a big difference so far. And I left overhang for the ceiling because I have quite a bit of material. Now I'm not gonna bother doing back here because that's kind of like a cold room. So this is where I'm gonna stop, and then I'll obviously do this wall and continue on down that way, and then continue on down that way. However, I only got 2 more plus a single one, and I have 1 more of the full ones like this if I steal it out of my bug out bag. But right now I'm going to cut open this section so I still have a window, and let me do that. I just got to move some stuff so I can set the camera down here carefully. Okay, that'll work. Turn you guys around. I just gave this a quick charge. So this stuff tears easily, guys, but I do want to just poke it, and then I want to run the blade. This blade is not very sharp, but we'll try and do this. I might even switch blades here. I think I'm going to switch blades because that's not very sharp. I got to sharpen that up. We'll try this one from try this little knife here from the Dollar Tree that I got. Okay, that one is much better. What I'm going to do is kind of do an X pattern where I can fold these sections over and just staple them onto the wall there. I guess I could have used scissors too, but whatever. Now I'll do this corner. Well, that's the seam. I guess I gotta go through that anyway. Well, here. There we go. And that stuff definitely works. Oops. And why I'm using this, guys, it's basically, it helps keep the heat energy in. The stuff that the insulation doesn't keep in, basically. It's a different type of heat, and this stuff is able to reflect and, you know, block all the heat so you're not losing any, to make the place way more efficient than what it was. And I'll cut it there, and then I'll just fold these things and staple them on, and that should be the end of that. That's better. Okay. So I should be able to fold these ends up, staple them down, and then this'll work out okay. I might have to go down a little bit further on this corner though, because I still want to use my window, right? Yeah, that works. What about this side? Yeah. and then I gotta kind of go down a bit on this corner. That'll work. And then I should be able to fold these and staple that down. And just kind of go into the corners here so they are foldable. And then I'll just shoot some staples in, and that'll be that. Or aluminum tape will work too. But whatever, I got a stapler. So now I don't have, this will just kind of lay here, this portion. This one I can staple because there's a stud here, which is the wood behind the wall. So if I go like this, and this basically is just going to hold the excess material back, that way it's not wasted. And this one I can do as well. Sure, because here it is here. And this will all be covered by my panels again, guys. So you don't really see this, but it's in behind there. And then any heat that's bouncing around in the tiny house is going to hit the panel, go through it, hit this, and be trapped in between the insulation and the wood panel and kind of hold things back inside, reflect things back in. And it'll work in the summertime as well, because I'll have that radiant, the solar heat from the sun. It'll just cut right through my insulation and stuff. But this is double-sided, so obviously it's going to hit that and bounce back. But in that case, it'll be trapped kind of inside the tiny house, in between the insulation and the wood. But it's better than having a full-on oven effect going on in here. So this one, I can't do much other than some tape. So I'll tape that up. But that's what it looks like, guys. And if I continue on, you know, all the way down these walls of the tiny house, and all the way down this way from the bed on this way, that should help quite a bit. And of course, the best part you want to have everything sealed, so you got to do the ceiling as well. So that's why I left overhang. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do for the ceiling still, but I definitely want to add that up there, and that'll help bounce the heat back down and hopefully warm the floor, which is something desperately needed. But it is warming up in here, which is good. The fireplace is off, but there's lots of heat there still. 48 Fahrenheit in here. I don't have my coat on, so as you can tell, I'm not afraid of the cold, and I'm working, so I'm listening to the Coast to Coast podcast over here. I got it off right now because YouTube's copyright garbage. But anyways, I'm gonna let this cool down. Pilot's still on. I gotta open up the glass and see why we're sooting up. Something is out of place and making soot, so I gotta fix that for sure. I thought I was gonna run out of propane, but apparently not. This thing's been going for quite a while. So obviously these things work, but it's gonna take me quite a bit of work to get them up. I got to remove the panels, put them back, and then move on, and you know, on and on and on and on, all the way down. But we'll see what kind of difference one makes. It's probably not going to do a whole lot, because as soon as the heat hits it, it's going to bounce out one of these walls that doesn't have that barrier on it and leave. So I'm pretty amazed that this works. And I actually, working back here, I noticed the difference. It's probably because of the sun. This is the south side, so the sun light is coming in, hitting the wall, the white wall, and then bouncing around a little bit off this makeshift radiant barrier. But it seems to be working, and I'm gonna cover this up now I gotta kind of lift the overlap up when I put these back in place, and then once I figure out what I'm doing for the walls, I can figure out exactly what the heck I'm gonna do for the ceiling. But that's it for now, guys. I'm gonna put this camera back on the charge, and we'll go from there.